Oh, sick.
Danny, welcome to the podcast, man.
What's good? Happy to be here.
How's life?
Shit. Can't front. I'm pretty tired. You know, like,
Yeah. Where you coming from? Tell me a little bit where you coming from.
Like, I'm working at Chelsea in the moment.
Okay.
It's just been kind of hectic. I started teaching middle school a few months back.
Okay.
It's just been it's been funny. Like, especially like working during the quarantine and shit. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I said, I was telling you on the way up, like with my nephew and everything, like I get to see firsthand how wild it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, my nephew's upstate, so I don't know how it is down here in the city, but like when they like any sign of like a sniffle, they get sent home.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole thing. They have to get tested and then they have to stay home for 10 days. And it's like, can they come back? It's like this whole stressful thing. So I can imagine like the toll that's taking on kids and then the toll that takes on a teacher, you know?
It's real hectic. Like, I know in New York City, like most schools aren't open yet.
Yeah.
They're like trying to transition into that right now. But like, I'm working at a community center and like we have like 8 classrooms available right now.
Yeah.
So we pretty much like host these kids who will be working from home. Otherwise, you know, parents don't always have the ability to be there for their kids, support them while they're in school. And like, you know, school's online right now. These kids cannot fucking focus for shit. Like,
yeah. And so no schools in the city, nobody's going to any class. Nobody's going in at all, right?
Yeah, I think they're trying to open it come September, but right now everything's still all online.
Okay.
It's not working.
Yeah.
So I'm just there to like provide support for the kids, help them out in whatever they can. Be like, you know, they're in-person support.
Yeah.
But like even still, like kids are having issues with like socializing. They're having issues with like just learning in general. Like nobody cares like online. Like, you know, like they close the tab, leave it in the corner, and go play Fortnite. Do like whatever regular kids
and then
do.
then it's on the parents to be responsible too. It just adds like this whole new level of education that parents. It was before it was like parents said that was like their quiet time. You know, if they went to work or whatever, you know, it was like their time off. But now everything's condensed to one household. You know, which is kind of crazy. But I can't even imagine. But yo, tell me a little bit about yourself, man, because I was referred to you from my boy Dane. I'm sure you know Dane. Shout out to Dane. I got his board over here. We tried to put it on, but yeah, check if you want to. Here, let me grab it.
Yeah, let me peep the new blue couch. See what's up with it.
Check this out. This is
oh, what? Damn, hell yeah. I mean, it's always mad beautiful to see the homies like continuing their endeavors. Like,
yeah.
Like I actually used to skate for Blue Couch.
I know you was telling me about this.
Back. Damn, those were the days.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's just fire.
Yeah, no, I keep it as a nice little art piece. I don't skate, so you know what I mean?
Big ups to Dane, for real.
Yeah, shout out to Dane, man. We might give him a call a little bit later. So yeah, tell me. So I saw you were born in Flatbush. Tell me a little bit about like your background growing up here and stuff. Just give me a little rundown.
I mean, like for the most part, like I grew up in Flatbush. I was like me and my family were always bouncing around, like all in Brooklyn. Like I lived in Flatbush, Sunset Park, Midwood for a bit. That was type funny.
Yeah, we used to live over there as well.
Oh, where? Yeah,
yeah.
Mid was a trip, yo.
Yeah,
it was a trip. But yeah, Brooklyn born through and through.
Yeah. What were you working on early on? Like, were you said you were skating for Dane and stuff. What was kind of something that you were pursuing when you were younger and stuff?
Yeah,
actually, would you like some of this Adirondack red wine infused with a little black?
Sponsored content. Let's go.
Always, man. And it fits right in with what we're gonna talk about because you know you got your brand. This is local. You're local.
Perfect.
You know, this kind of makes sense.
Cheers, yo.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Appreciate you.
So yeah, all right. So a little bit, you say you grew up in Flatbush, grew up out here. Tell me a little bit more about like how you kind of, because what we're gonna talk about today is the nut butter stuff that you have.
Yeah. I mean, so essentially, like what got me into the food industry was like, I remember I was like 17. I was obsessed with becoming a chef, and my girlfriend at the time, like one of her pop's friends, like used to run a restaurant in LA. I had just graduated high school. I moved abroad for a bit. Well, not even abroad. I moved down south. I was living in Brazil for a while. Okay. So I came back to the States and I was kind of just damn, I'm not really doing nothing's really popping off right now in New York. So they had this homie who owned a restaurant in LA, and they were just like, yo, why don't you go check it out? We'll go work for him. He could
what kind of restaurant?
It was like a small French bistro in Highland Park.
Word.
So I hadn't moved out there when I was 17 to sort of just pursue this career in cooking that I always wanted, at least back then. But then I got into the kitchen, homie worked me like a dog, son. He was like, you trying to be a chef? I'm gonna fucking teach you what being a chef is about.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Man.
Was this your first time ever working in the service industry?
Yeah.
Okay, word. I remember my first time ever, I don't even think I worked there that long. It was this Italian restaurant in the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
I don't even need to think. I know I didn't work there that long. I got hired as a waiter or whatever, and I had never waited in my life. I was just lying. I was always a bar back.
Naturally.
But it was But it was this fancy spot, and we had to interact with the chef, and I made the mistake of calling him man. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And this dude roasted me right on the spot. He's like, you always refer to me as chef.
Yes,
like this whole thing, man. And ever since then, I was just like, dude, this is not for me, bro. Can't do it.
I feel you. I mean,
so that's what happened to you. You went out there, and what happened after that moment?
I mean, I definitely fell in love with it. Like, I fell in love with all the processes of cooking, but like, I wasn't. Like, it just, like, the environment was a little too staticky for me.
Yeah, I was gonna have you talk. Right?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
No, you're good. I'm gonna loosen this up for you, too, so you got a little bit of space there.
So, but yeah, it was just, like, that shit was hard, yo. And especially, like, at the time, like, I was, like, 17, turning 18, like, just moved to LA by myself, paying my own bills. Homie had me working, like, $9-10 an hour. Like, honestly, like, it was rough, but I was, like, mad grateful for the experience. It really taught me a lot about myself and, like, just how to, like, it, like, gave me even more of a hustler's mentality than I had.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, that really fueled my drive and, like, working in the service. And then I moved back to New York City.
I was about to say, how did you stay out there for much longer after that?
Nah, I did. I was there for a year, honestly.
Okay.
Like I was mad young. I didn't know how to drive. Like,
oh,
I was just
word.
wild, bored in LA.
Yeah, yo, that always is so crazy to me, man. I remember being in college out here because I'm from Florida, but I remember being in college out here and being in classes and like, you know, talking to just classmates or whatever. And I used to overhear somebody be like, yo, man, I'm so nervous. I got to go take my permit today. I'm like, bro, what? Like 22, 21 years old, like you don't even have your license. Because in Florida, like I had my permit at 15. You know what I mean? I had my shit at 15.
Ah, son.
It's so funny, yeah.
Fucking B44 was my car. Like,
hey, word. So what happened? So you went out to LA and then you came back to New York. And what kind of like was the initial thing that kind of went down when you came back?
I was just like initially just trying to keep it low key, you know, like I moved back into my parents and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? You know, I was just like honestly, like during that time, I was pretty much just like skating and working in like random restaurants. Then I started working at labor skate shop, so I was there for some time, you know, grinded my roots in the LES, and then from there, like, ended up pretty much like bopping around in different service jobs in that neighborhood. Like, started off at Dimes, and I ended up like.
What's Dimes? What's that?
Dimes is like it's like a health food spot in the Lower East Side.
Okay, word.
Real good. Actually, big shouts out to them because that's where I'm producing my nut butters. Actually,
okay.
I'm like working out of their kitchen in the LES, and then from there I went to like another bar in the area, and then just like another bar after that. But pretty much like I started like. It was like beginning of quarantine when I had like just began to make the nut butters only because like I needed income. I needed to find stability, and like, you know, there wasn't any work going around, so I was just like, fuck, let me actually take the time and like put some work into myself. Yeah,
and I mean it's interesting too. I mean, talk to me a little bit about the overall like message behind the product. Just from like a brief rundown of what I like read just on like kind of like your website and stuff, you were looking to kind of tap into the health food market for more of like the local communities, things like that. So talk to me about, you know.
All right, so this is gonna sound funny, but like I love artisanal foods. I love small batch foods.
Yeah,
it's always been something that interested me, you know. But one of the things that really troubled me was like, yo, none of these people look like me. Like none of their branding or marketing is directed to or catered to people who look like me, and that shit always kind of frustrated me. Like, you know, you think of mom and pop shops, you think of like mom and pop like artisanal food brands, you think of like someone like living in like upstate New York in a beautiful farm, like a happy white couple. Like, you know, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Like, I'm out here making food, I'm making a quality product on my own, my hand, and like, you know, I know my shit's good. Yeah, and like my shit deserves to be up on the shelves with like all these other products as well. And I feel like I've seen my product really stands out, and like that's part of the reason why I'm like continuing this endeavor at this point, just because like I love taking up this space in like such a white environment, you know? Yeah,
word. And have you found that it's picking up traction?
Yeah,
like so you just started this too, like over like right as like the pandemic kind of like hit, you were just April like, all right, 15th, I got to do something.
Yeah, April 15th was the launch day, and I wasn't even like, honestly, like I wasn't even thinking that it was gonna pop off like this. Like, I was just making batches, like I was like testing out recipes at my crib.
Trying to sell to like local friends and shit. Just trying to make,
I was just doing like bike orders. Like I'd be like, yo, hit me up on Instagram. Like I got you. And like I would fucking like I would like draw a map every week, and I would like just like hustle on my bike, like going door to door to all the homies' cribs. And then it started popping off when a few of my homies had set together like a fundraiser like stoop sale in Greenpoint, and they actually ended up raising like OD bread. Like they managed to like do like, I think it was like six sales in total. They raised like $200K.
Word.
Because like all the homies ended up pulling through. Like a lot of the homies like work at Supreme and Palace, and like, you know, all those like hypebeast companies like pulled up a mad product and ended up raising mad bread. But that's when my shit started to pop off, because like once I was selling there, like I started getting some more notoriety. Yeah. Here I am now, like, you know, like more shops like hit me up and also like the first retailer that I was at was Dimes, which is the restaurant that I'm working out of, and now I'm being carried there, and I don't know, like through word of mouth, like just really started to pop off.
Word. And what made you go with nut butter? What was like the idea behind the product? Because it's a funny name, bro. Like when Dane told me about the name, I was like in my head before I even looked at it, I was like, Danny's nut butter. I was like,
yo. I mean, not for real. Like this shit really started off as a joke initially. Like
word. I was gonna say, like, did you like fuck around and you just like you knew the name was funny?
Yeah.
You know?
I had no intention of starting this initially. Like 4 years back, I was in a group chat, bunch of like I was working at this health food spot. I don't even remember how the conversation came about. But a homie had drawn a mock-up for a logo, and he was like, yo, this shit's mad hilarious. And I was like, oh, word, this is funny. I've, like, made a few batches back then, but didn't take it seriously. And then, like, you know, quarantine came through, and I was like, oh, fuck, I ain't got no work. Let me try to find something that I could hustle with. So I remember I had that logo, and I was like, yo, maybe I could just run with this.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny is, like, I find it so it's so cool to me, like, I identify with the creativity levels that lies within like the skate world for some reason. Cause I feel like it's just like the appreciation of just being like, yo, this shit's funny. Danny's nut butter, bro. Like, I feel like that happens with like, dude, it just sounds like it was formulated in the group chat. You were like, you know, that's awesome.
Just like, I don't know, like real good shit comes from dumb humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually how good shit starts.
Yeah. And so so you started making the nut butter, you started doing door-to-door sales. What was like let's go back a little bit too, because I don't want to, we'll jump back into the product and stuff, but tell me about like how you used to skate for Dane and stuff. Like how does that play a connection into the people that you met that helped influence that decision to make it? Like how did you, like tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Cause I know you skated for Blue Couch, right?
Yeah. I was skating for, I'm still skating, but like I was skating for a very long time. Like I first started when I was 11. And,
Word. Okay.
Like growing up out here, like you just meet a plethora of different people. Like I would just go to like Elias skate park and boom, like I have like 5 new friends
the bridge.
Yeah, the one right underneath.
Yeah, I'll just go there sometimes just to hang out and chill. Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's always mad heads here. Heads there. Like now, it's more like I find it to be like it's definitely like a little cliquey, and like now that I'm getting older, I find like I don't really have a place there.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I don't know. Like I always had my crew there. I would show up and like I would immediately like see like five homies, and I'll
just a common ground, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, like skateboarding really, it really put me on to like a lot of different people, and especially like Dane. Like I wouldn't, like if I didn't skate, like I definitely wouldn't know him otherwise. But I'm like very grateful and very fortunate for the people that I did meet through this like piece of wood. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is kind of wild too. And like I said, I like the the creativity that lies within that world. I just understand. I just feel like it's just relatable to me. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was just interesting to me, like how you said you must have had these connections to the people that came to that yard sale in some shape or form, right? Like
everyone else out there was like pretty much like a homie. Like,
is everybody like connected in the skate world out here? Like, if say you've been here since you grew up here, so like, what does that involve? You know what I mean? How do you get acquainted with all the companies out here today? Is it just kind of like?
Yeah, I mean, more or less. I feel like once you start skating, it's like even if you're like a friend of a friend, like there's this like sense of familiarity because like you are riding this, like you're holding a skateboard, you're like, you know, you're a part of this culture. So it's like, boom, there's already common ground there. So I feel like the skate world is definitely like one of the most, like more, I want to say open sports. So it's like through that, like that was just enough for me to like find homies and like make connections. Like even back in the day, like a lot of the people that I was kicking it with, like weren't even people that were like of my age. Like I was like 15, 16, hanging out with like 30-year-old skaters, and they were always like putting me on to like random shit, like sneaking me into bars and like.
Word.
Yeah, shit was.
I've talked about that. I don't know if I've talked about this on the show, but I definitely think about this all the time. Like I was like a wild kid when I was growing up. Like when I was in like middle school, not so much. I started chilling out when I was like 9th, 10th grade. But I can't imagine like being like a kid in New York City the first time where your parents are like, you can just take the train by yourself, or you can, you know, you're just off on your own. You had to learn how to become a pretty independent kid here, like relatively soon, you know? And I can't even imagine, man, like all the wild stuff that could like goes down when you're like 13, 14, running around Flatbush.
Bro, shit was funny. Like,
I love Flatbush, by the way. I used to go to Brooklyn College, so I used to be there all the time.
Like 3 blocks away from there, like
Word.
That was a spot. But yeah, like growing up out here is mad funny. Like I'm lucky enough for like I had an older brother like show me the ropes. Like he was the one who like put me on the skating. Actually, like I started skating like a year after him. But like me and him, like if it wasn't for him, like my parents are OD strict. They weren't letting me out because they know how wild the city gets and shit.
Yeah.
and like they were not trying to let me loose by myself.
Word.
So like at a young age, like I would just be going into like Midtown, like night missions, like skating to like 2, 3 a.m. when I was like 12, 13. That shit.
That's crazy.
Grimy out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, we were doing some fucked up things back then. Like it was, we were being so reckless, and I just like didn't think anything of it. But now that I look back at it, like we were doing ridiculousness for no reason.
Yo, I think about that same stuff too. I have like family from upstate New York, and like how we were talking about kids earlier. Like my nephew, all he does is like to play video games and chill, and like he goes outside here and there. But I remember when I was a kid, like I would be outside from like sunrise until like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, just like walking the trails. We didn't have cell phones back then, and it was also a small town. But like just like even back then, like in the 90s and stuff, I feel like there was like a little less like worried you were gonna get kidnapped. You know what I mean? Like, or you were gonna get taken or some shit.
Yeah, no, they definitely used to let us loose back then.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. These kids just like staying in.
Yeah.
Posted up.
Yeah, it's crazy. So talk to me a little bit about, the teaching stuff. Like what are some of the fun stuff you're running into with kids? Well, you're teaching middle school, right?
Yeah, it's mostly middle
word.
school.
So
yeah. I mean, these kids are hilarious, honestly. Like, so the community center that I work at is like built into the Chelsea projects.
Yeah.
So it's like a combination of like kids from the neighborhood. But since COVID started, they actually opened up their program to like pretty much like all the local schools. So now we got it's like a funny mix of like kids from the block. Yeah. And like, like bougie ass Chelsea kids. But they really like, for the most part, like they all do get along kind of. I mean, there's like some disagreements. Like I got one kid in the classroom just like screaming rap lyrics every fucking 2 seconds. Like, and I'm just like, yo, you can't be cursing in class. Like you gotta relax. And he's like, what you mean?
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm not even trying to like if we was outside, I'd be talking to you way differently. Like, since I'm your teacher right now, I'm gonna keep it relaxed. Like.
I did some substitute teaching as well, man, but it was in upstate New York. Yo, my class size was I think like 10. Yeah. It was like 10. And it was literally the school that I was at. I did it for like 4 or 5 months, but the school I was at was like pre-K all the way to high school all in one. You know what I mean? And it was mad fun, bro. Like I feel like as long as you're young, they respect you. You know what I mean? As long as you like figure out how to play that common ground with kids. But middle schoolers in New York City, I can't imagine. There might be a little bit trickier.
It's a big change. Like I love the work that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
My blood
what are you
pressure
teaching
is
as well?
fucking up. So like it's not even like
or like this is like a broad okay.
So like essentially like the program that I'm working is like think of it as like study hall, but like all day long. Like I'm like monitoring these kids while they're doing their online classes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So like I pretty much help them with every subject that they're like learning throughout the duration of the day. So like I did have to like reteach myself algebra and shit. Yeah. Because I'm not about to like come into class and look stupid in front of this kid. Like like I gotta be on point with it. I gotta know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just been mad funny. Like again I feel like I'm in like 6th grade right now teaching myself algebra. Like I haven't taken a math class since I was in high school, yo. That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I think man. I think my favorite age group though was working with kids that I think it was like 1st to like 3rd and 4th grade. Those kids are just mad fun. You know what I mean? And really chill to hang around. You know what I mean? They're not too wild, and you can kind of like keep them entertained. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to keep these kids entertained at this point. Like like they're just like what they do in the classroom is pretty much what they do at home. Like all they're doing is like staying online on the internet. Yeah. So like that is their world, and it's like pretty much like anywhere they go, especially like within the classroom space that they're in now. Like that's all they're gonna be doing anyway. So
yeah. Are you promoting your product? Like, do you ever like promote your product to your the kids' parents? Or like like when they have you have what's that parent teacher conferences? You got the product all laid out.
Yeah, actually, like I gotta be real careful about bringing my stuff in the school.
Oh,
just
true.
Like Matt kids be having peanut allergies and shit.
Oh,
I don't want to I don't want to slip up and accidentally like kill a kid.
Yeah, like just giving kids like little testing.
Yeah, but I definitely do talk to them about it just because like I am a young business owner of color, and like I'm trying to like I do want to put that energy onto like the youth. I want to put that onto like my students.
Yeah.
So I do like to talk about it, and like I bless them with like a jar or two every now and then.
Yeah.
Or like even just like little things like stickers, just like keep them hyped.
Like affirmations and stuff. Yeah. Word. What interesting thing? You know what? Hold on, I gotta remember it because Dane gave me a couple of things. I want to touch on some things that he made me laugh about. Let's see. You said you did some artwork back in the day.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this, bro. He gave me
shirts.
Yeah, man. Okay. Oh yeah. He gave. Look, I love this, dude. Okay, here we go. I got all the information. I had a couple notes.
Damn.
I got a bunch of stuff, bro. Talk to me about the. We're not even. Talk to me about you DJ. Let's talk about that because I used to DJ as well.
Oh, where?
I used to do a radio show back in college, and then that kind of like transitioned into me like DJing for artists and doing shows. I was like on the. I don't know if you're familiar with some of these like Brooklyn artists, but I don't like. I had Radimus on here. He's like a big popular dude from Brooklyn that you should check out for sure. But talk to me about DJing because you DJ for a collective though.
Yeah. And so me and my homies started this Latinx DJ collective called Sazon Department. Let's see, we're all Latinx, like we're all like Colombian and Nicaraguan and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Like pretty much we're just trying to like highlight the Latinx diaspora. So we're just like playing music of all types of background, whether it's like African influence, Caribbean influence.
Yeah.
And just like or indigenous influence. So like that's our shit. We've been running it for a bit.
I was about to say, how long has it been around for?
So we started our first show was 2 years ago, and like since
because I feel like I've seen it on flyers. Like I feel like I've definitely seen it around. When I heard the name of it, I was like, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I mean it's been going relatively well up until Corona came about. Like this year, we actually had the opportunity to play MoMA PS1 warm up.
Okay,
which was a fucking blessing.
Yeah, that's
of course,
cool.
I wish I had a crowd to play with. It was all live stream, but
word.
Still happy to do it. I got the chance to play alongside some like amazing people. Like one of my like favorite rappers at the moment is like J.I. Prince in New York. He was playing. You like
J.I. Prince? Didn't he drop J.I. the Prince? Isn't he just J.I. now?
He just J.I. now? Is that his thing?
I think so. I mean you can't keep the Prince for too long, right?
Yeah,
I guess
true.
Nah, but yeah. So you DJ
New York. I don't know about that, but I fuck with J.I. It's just cool.
Yeah, nah. I fuck with him. He's just a little too young for me still, but he's
definitely a young bull. He's like what, like 18, 19?
Yeah, he's young. He's too young, and he's rapping about shit that I'm like, too young, bro. Too young.
Oh, you're still in high school.
Yeah, my man. You're still in high school, bro. You're hard. This shit's cool, You know who I really like though that I feel like he got like a big influence from is A Boogie. I love A Boogie.
Oh, word, yeah.
You know what I mean? A Boogie's
yeah, I know they just did a track together too, and that shit.
Did they? Oh, word. Yeah, word. So yeah, it's funny, man. Like, what were some of the other shows that you've done, like when you were DJing for them? What were some of the people that you worked with?
Let's see. I mean, I'll like for the most part, like I usually like throw sets together with just like the homies. So like,
right.
Like one of my favorite people to DJ is fucking this dude. Like one of the homies, Brendan. He goes by he plays under the moniker Star Child and New Romantic. Like that's his band. Homie's like one of my favorite musicians, hands down. He knows what he's doing. But like yeah, like as long as you're able to play music and you could bring that energy in a crowd, like that's just my shit. Like,
yeah. What are some of your? I know some of my favorite venues that I DJ'd at. What are some of your favorite spots? Because it can hit or miss, bro. It can it could really kill the vibe if it's not like the right sound system.
I was like running a party over at the Standard with Sazon Department, so like that was one of the funnest nights.
Which one? The one in the west side, or
the one in Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like they got the like nice ass
rooftop deck. Yeah, I used to work there as a bar back for a little bit.
Word.
Yeah, back in the day.
I love being in that space. Not because it's like. I love being in that space because like. It's just so not me. That shit is mad fucking bougie and overwhelming, and like just to be in that space and like to be able to trap it out with all my homies and shit, like
it
was kind of wild. Like every time I was there, I was kind of like, damn, what the fuck are we all doing here? Drinks is mad expensive. Like if I didn't have a bottle, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, but even so, we're getting it popping. Like
for sure. Yeah, no, that was like my shit too. Yeah, I used to love DJing at like the traditional like Brooklyn spot, like the basement or like the fire, like little small venues and stuff. But then it was always nice when you would switch it up and you'd be like DJing your shit in a space that doesn't really. You're like, this doesn't.
I mean, I still remember the first gig I played. I remember.
Yeah, what was that? What was it like?
I was 19. I was playing at Elvis Guest House in the East Village.
Didn't that close down?
Yeah, they closed down a
while ago, right?
Yeah, shouts out to the homie Billy who was running that spot.
Word.
He really, he was just like showing mad love. Like it was my first gig. I think I was playing off an iPad and shit. Like
yeah.
I was just mad excited to like have like all my friends together in that room and feeling that energy. Like I fell in love with it and I just had to continue it.
It is really fun, man. What are some of the let's see if we have similar ideas of what are the worst things about being a DJ at a party.
Yo, I just hate when people come up to me and like request shit. Like,
this is number one. Like, it's just like that's gotta be the number one. It's like, yo, stop requesting shit.
I'm not trying to hear that. Like,
but there has been times though. Where somebody's requesting me, and I'm like,
oh shit, I got that, and that's a good song.
That's a good song. I'll take that. Yeah, and I'll give you your props.
Yeah, every once in a while that happens, but for the most part, yo, don't come up to me and request a shit.
Yeah.
Don't request a song.
So wait, when did you actually start DJing? Was it when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, when I was 19, that's when like
that's when you started.
Yeah,
so your first gig was like right around when you first started.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, pretty much.
I thought maybe you had been like messing around with it like younger.
Nah,
And just
I definitely always had an affinity for music, but it never really like it never got to the point where I even considered DJing. Then like I remember I had met a homie while working at a restaurant. He was a DJ, and I was like, oh shit, that's an option, huh?
Yeah.
So then I just like I bought a program. I just started fucking around. I was like, yo, this is mad.
Did you buy a little controller?
Yeah. Like I remember I bought one of those like DDJ
SP2s. Yep, I got that shit. I got the DDJ SX.
Yeah, that shit.
You know, little 4 decks. Fun. Yeah, it's easy. You just carry it. You're good to go, man.
Yeah, for real. Now I'll just be at the crib like having a blast, mixing tracks for myself, and then I was like, all right, maybe I could get paid and do this.
Yeah. Did you end up like getting through the Saison stuff? Was it like popular enough where you guys you were able to like pay your team and everybody was kind of getting just a little bit, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we were like definitely.
Would you like it more?
Oh yeah, please, definitely. I mean, we were definitely doing enough where it was like able to sustain us. Like,
that's
like
always the best thing. Like,
I mean, like we had like reoccurring parties, like I said, at the Standard, and we were doing some other. Oh wait, we were doing parties at both Standard hotels. So we were doing ones at the East Village and the ones in Chelsea. So like, even with that, like that was enough to like keep us going. And like, but again, like we weren't really like it was like less about the money and more for the energy. Like we were trying to like bring Latinx culture to the front and center. Like, you know, like that culture has definitely been popping off as of late.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so like there's only like one side of it that's being shown.
Well, break it down for me. I mean, because you can definitely inform me a little bit more about it. I mean, I just know it as, isn't it essentially means that they're just trying to take the gender out?
Oh, or like, the term Latinx?
Yes, the term Latinx. It's just trying to take the gender away from. Explain it to me. I get the idea of it, but I need a little bit.
So the Spanish language is very much centered around gender.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like most of the words ends in A's or O's. There's like the masculine and the feminine.
Yep.
But Latinx is pretty much just trying to take that out of the equation just so that it gives people who, I guess, don't associate with the male or female pronouns an opportunity to sort of just be a part of that, you know? It's like an all inclusive term for Latin people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is it like, as somebody from the Latin culture, how is it received in the sense of like the elders and the newer age?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure there's probably a little.
Yeah. I mean, the younger heads are definitely with it. Like they're all for it. You know, like I feel like a lot of people our age are like either like down for gender fluidity or just like at least like accept it or acknowledge it. You know, most of the older folks are just wild fucking stubborn. They're just like, yo, what the fuck? What type of shit is this? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's good with you? And I'm just like, all right, word, you keep thinking that way, but you know, we're trying to like flip the script and like make sure that
it's hard to like hold it against just with anything in general, like when it comes to like the older generations too. Yeah. It's hard to like hold stuff against them too, because it's like, well, it's just like, and
they're so stuck in their ways.
That's how they, you know, I mean, there's no changing somebody when they get to a certain age, really, you know? So it's crazy. Yeah. But I've definitely, I just was like interested on how that played a part into like the collective as a DJ group. How many people were in the collective?
It's 4 of us. So it's me, my DJ name is Probably Your Daddy.
Okay.
For
a second, I was like,
I mean, yeah, Probably Your Daddy. You know, you never know.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's me, the homie Diego. He goes by Diego House. The homie Hooks, Magnolia Polaris, and Sebastian Maria. We all play like a very eclectic, different types of music. Like I'm mostly like I love sticking to like you know, classic reggaeton, hip hop.
Yeah.
A lot of house, juke music. Diego always flips the script with like heavy hitters. Like I'm like spacing out on the term. It's fucking like he's always killing it with like Jersey Club remixes and shit. Hooks, like they do like a lot of house music. Sebastian produces all of his own music. Every time he DJs, he's actually playing off Ableton, so it's like all his own shit. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense to me. Like, how do you DJ off of music production software? Yeah,
it's crazy. I've seen that before too. That reminds me of I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Miami area.
Yeah,
and down there's like a label DJ collective called Love Below. They throw like a party. And they kind of give me some of the vibes of like what you're talking about. They have like a whole bunch of different dudes, and they all played like they all had their own niche. You know what I mean? And it was very. I would say it was very anything in Miami is like kind of very like Caribbean based. You know what I mean?
Naturally.
You know, just but that's interesting though that you like put a collective together that kind of like represented it. Say the DJ collective. All right, let's talk about the art. You were working in art. You were doing what? What were you doing with this?
Man, I wouldn't ever call myself an artist. Really, like I like. So I know the shirts that you're referring to, the piece that you're talking about.
What were the shirts?
Oh man, so they were just like Gildan tees with the words "White artist bore me" on them. Son, so many people got.
That's what I'm saying. I heard you caught some shit for it.
Yeah, my DMs were popping off. People were saying the wildest racist shit to me, and I'm just like, yo, like I'm just mad frustrated. Like this is at the time when I was working in the lower. I was like working at this restaurant. It was like a very like. It wasn't even bougie, but it was like, you know, it was like where everyone in the art scene came to eat and like chill. So it was like,
it was bougie.
It was bougie. It was like famous white artists after another coming in, like flexing that they're here.
Yeah,
that shit got frustrating. And like working in the art world was something that I wanted to do. Like I was like PAing gigs left and right, like trying to, you know, make my way up. But I just got mad frustrated because I felt like this is the only place that a person like me can stay at, because I don't look or fit the part, you know? So like after all this pent up frustration, I was like, fuck, I just want to do something. I just want to like make a statement that says fuck you to all these people. So I was like, I don't even know what happened. I think I was just like clapped at the crib, and I was on Photoshop and I just wrote the words "white artist bore me," and I was like, oh shit, I'm putting down a shirt.
Word.
I posted like a mock-up on Instagram. And then like all the comments were wild.
But did you actually print the shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I made like 200 shirts.
Yeah.
It actually like kind of, I mean, it went well. Like people like all across the country ended up like buying them, and
word.
Like people I didn't even know. So shouts out to them. I guess, you know.
What was like some of the main? Well, talk to me about some of the main type of comments you were getting.
Oh, dude,
like straight up like hate mail, like.
Yo, someone like, I think like one of the most memorable ones, I had this dude in my DMs like, why are you making this nigger art? Fuck you. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Bro. Like, and then like there was this other guy who was DMing me. He was like talking mad shit. He's like, fuck you. Why are you making this shirt?
And these are just random people. Like
these are random
people.
Accounts.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, what's good with you? Like, what you mad at?
Were they real profiles or were they just like bullshit?
They look like real people.
Yeah.
Like, I have all these screenshots saved from back in the day.
Like how did it get out there though? Like you just post like it just like somebody reposted it maybe from your page.
Pretty much.
Or like, and everybody was just like, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I caught mad heat. And I was just kind of laughing at the shit like, damn.
But you still sold the shirts, man.
I still made bread. I still sold the shirts. And like, also like, what you doing hating on the internet?
Yeah.
The fuck? Like, don't you have anything better to do with your time? Like,
yeah, for real. And we live in like a crazy era of that now, dude, where everybody's just like ready to argue online, you know?
Yeah, word. I don't get it, yo. If you're mad, just log off. Take a walk. Like,
for real, yeah. Else. That's why I say that
sense.
shit all the time, bro. It's like you just like put yourself in a position to be triggered, you know? And then and then get upset when you get triggered.
Yep.
You know, and it's just like, come on. Or like when people like post something and they'll swear that they like, hey, I don't care the response I get, man. I just needed to say what I needed to say. And then, you know, like, you know, they're really like, oh, they wonder what people, they put their phone away. They're like, I wonder what comments are going to be bad.
And like, no one's even like trying to have a conversation online. People's just trying to talk their shit.
And it gets taken out of context, man. I've had some situations where people have like DM'd me over, cause I post a lot of music on my page.
Yeah.
Like just like in my stories. And I've had people like try to like, I know I have, it's only happened. It really only happened like ever since like the coronavirus hit and everybody's like super like, high up, tight. Everybody's like tight, you know, and like blah 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 blah. And I've had like a couple of people like, "Yo, we're not cool anymore," just because I posted to somebody that they didn't like a song, like from an artist that they like an artist that maybe like had some beat, like had something surrounding them, and like people. I just feel like people are so quick to just be like, "You support this person, boom, I'm not," you know what I mean? Like, and it's like it's such a crazy area, and it ties into the arguing over Facebook. It's like things can get taken out of context because I could be saying something to you like. Just in a questioning manner, you know what I mean? Not like in a defensive manner, but it comes off as defensive because you just see me adding a question mark to my sentence. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a weird time.
People just trolling. That's it.
Yeah,
that's really all it is. They just got to get over themselves, man.
Yeah. Well, did you catch any local heat like from people that were close to you, or was it just kind of just internet?
I mean, like, I'm not trying to name no names. Like,
no, of course, no, of course.
But like, yeah, like a lot of people like. People were either super hyped on it and down for it, and I had like massive amounts of support from like local artists, but also at the same time, like, mad people were hating on me on the block. Like, people were getting like a lot of people were genuinely confused And that's when I was kind enough. That's when I felt kind enough that I felt like, oh, you know, let me break this down for you and like tell you why I made the shirts, and I'll give you some more background info. But some people were coming at my neck about it, and I was just like, yo, fuck you. Like, one, if you don't want to sit down and have a conversation about this and actually talk to me and figure out why I'm doing this, then you're not even really trying to talk. All you're trying to do is just like vent to me and like talk your shit.
Yeah,
it's not even worth my time at that point.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. The internet is a wild place nowadays.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Let's just mind my business and stay on my lane.
I want to do this, man. I'm really excited about this new feature, man. We're gonna call this guy Dane, because I told him I was like, you gotta pull up, bro. Let's see.
Yeah, where's he at? Chilling in Morningside?
We're about to find out right now. Let's see if we can get him. I love this shit. This is like this new Roadcaster. Shout out Roadcaster. Let's see if we can get him.
Yeah, hopefully he's not busy.
This guy.
Probably in the studio putting in that work.
Yo, his studio is sick, man. Have you seen his space?
No, I haven't been up there actually.
He'll call back. Yeah, no, he. Hey,
get it.
Hey, that music's back on. No, he's got a cool space up in Harlem. Yeah, I actually was up there the other day. That's when I got that board, and we went to the corner store. He's like, he went to get a drink or whatever, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop at the Chase Bank right there. And we walked in the Chase Bank, and I'm like depositing money. I'm like, bro, this kind of smells like weird in here, right? And he's like, yeah, bro, that's human shit right there. Somebody had took a shit, bro, like right in the corner of the Chase fucking bank. It was so wild over there, bro.
Yo, why is it like? I mean, I get it. You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go. That's serious business, but
yo, he took a shit. It was a huge pile of shit, of human shit, in the fucking corner of a bank, right next inside, like right next to one of the ATMs.
That's horrid, son. I mean, especially like growing up out here, like
you see some wild shit.
You literally see mad wild shit, like mad human doo-doo in the worst places. Like
I've seen the dude taking a shit right in front of me in like Chelsea before, or like right on like 6th Ave. I've been walking by and he's just like openly just taking shit. There's a dude.
That's energy right there, honestly.
Yo, there's this dude a couple blocks from where we live. I've seen him on this one corner, bro. I think it's Linden Street, Linden and something, like between Broadway or some shit. He's been there for years, bro. Yeah. Like he's always wearing the same thing. And one day I was like riding my bike by, and it was broad daylight, bro. And a car like pulled up to the light right there, and he's always standing on the corner. Yeah. I swear, yo, he like walked over to the car and like held on to the thing and took a shit, bro. Like right next to the car. It was like holding on to the side so he could like balance himself.
That's pitiful.
Yeah, man. It's a wild. Sometimes I love New York City, man.
Yeah,
I love New York City, honestly, bro.
Love the city and all smells, literally.
For real. The city is definitely not dead. Whoever's saying it, never come back. You want more? You want?
Fuck yeah.
So what's something that's next for you as far as like what's some of the goals for the nut butter product?
Man, I got some.
I was hoping you would have brought some. We could have showed it off on the show.
I was trying to fucking stop by the storage unit that I got and pick some up for you, but
word.
I'll mail you some. I got you.
Yeah, whatever, man. I would have been super cool. I wish I would have had this tool like when we first started talking about it. I would love to pull up on you in the kitchen. I thought that would have been like mad fun. Oh man, we could have just been like, I could have just been like walking around, you know what I mean, like bullshitting with you. We could have been in the kitchen.
The kitchen that I'm working at actually is like they're a running restaurant. So like,
okay, there, so you're like doing it while they're working.
Yeah, I'll just have mad cooks running behind me, like grabbing shit from the walk-in. It's a hectic ass environment. I mean, but I love it, man. Especially now, like I'm working for myself, and like I've never imagined myself in this position ever. And I'm running my own company, and like I'm running it exactly how I want to.
That's awesome,
and promoting it, like it's like this company is literally an extension of me, and I'm doing all the marketing as if it's me. Yeah, like I feel like you look at all these companies and like their shit is wild, corny, son, in the way that they it's got no like character customers and the way that they fucking talk. Like I'm not trying to talk like mad. Like I feel like it's mad generic and sterile where people like talk to their customers and be like, hey, how's it going? Three exclamation points and shit. And it's just like I'm not trying to fucking do none of that. Like I'm just the dude from Flatbush and I'll talk to you like that. Like yo, what's up? Like what you need? I got you. Like that's how I email all my wholesalers. Like, yo, good looks. Thanks for ordering. Wholesale prices. What's up? Yeah. But oh man, yeah, I love this shit. Like, but yeah, big things coming up too. Like I'm doing a collaboration with Mission Chinese.
Okay. What's that? What is that?
It's this restaurant. They used to have their flagship in the LES. Now their main location is in Bushwick. I'm working with the chef Danny Bowen, who's the owner. He is Amazing chef. Definitely check out his YouTube channel. Shit's dope. Making mad recipes out there. Me and him are teaming up and making a chili oil based peanut sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're about to start promoting that. That's gonna be out on the shelves. He's gonna also use it in a dish in his restaurant as well. So we're gonna have like a noodle, like a Asian noodle chili oil peanut sauce dish out there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's coming real soon. I'm real excited for that.
Word. And what are some ideally, like what are some of the stores that you would like to target? Like what are some of your goals for stores that you'd like to get in? Because I see you posting all this different stores that are like really, you know, pushing your stuff. But if you could get your stuff on like on a mass level.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, honestly, like I was talking about this like just the other day. Like my ideal location is fucking Key Foods. Like I'm trying to be at like corner stores. Like like one of the reasons why I started this is because like I want to bring artisanal foods and make them more accessible to people of color. Like this shit needs to be more relatable to people of color. Like you walk into these markets that do carry my stuff, and you know it tends to be a little like overwhelming and intimidating.
Yeah,
like, you don't
and I'm glad you said that too, because if you gave me like the generic like Whole Foods thing, I would be like, yo, in my head I'm like, damn, it'd probably be hard to stand out with a bunch of nut butters, you know exactly. What I mean? Like, but if you like, and if you stick to like your plan and what you want and what your goal is with this company, and I think putting it in the neighborhood is much cooler. You know what I mean? It sticks to the thing. You know?
Yeah, like another thing that's really important for me at the moment is like working with a lot of local businesses. Like a lot of local restaurants and bars are closing down because they don't have any business. And they're converting into like general stores, just like, you know, make up for it. Yeah, which I think is a beautiful concept. Like now, now more like smaller brands are becoming more and more accessible. Like, you know, like even like they're popping up in New York City, like even more. So like that's been really cool to see. So like I'm like one of the better shops that I'm not the better shops, but like another shop that I'm being carried at is like Sunrise Sunset in Bushwick. Like they used to be like
really, I think we live close to that.
Oh yeah. They're pretty close by, but yeah, like they used to I used to go to the coffee shop and like chill there back in the day, but like, you know, that's not the case anymore. And like they converted the front into a little market, and they have some really dope products. And like that's another space that I'm happy to be carried at.
Okay, word. I do live by that. That's the place, Erickson, we were driving by. I was like, yo, they got fire breakfast. Yeah. I've been there before for breakfast. I've been on like a date there before. And I love that spot. And they have like the nice little craft beers. There's a lot of local brands there. Yeah. Okay. So I get that.
But yeah, again, like I'm trying to be in Key Foods. Like accessibility is my main point. Like I need this to be like, yes, it's like, it's a fancy product. It's an artisanal product. It's a little pricey, but you can still treat yourself, you know, like you can still buy it. And like, it doesn't have to be as much of a intimidating thing that it has been, that it has been, just period. Yeah.
What are some of the, have you put any videos together for marketing and stuff like that for like the product, or is it kind of because I'm in my head I'm like seeing like funny ass marketing videos, bro.
I don't know if you got a chance to scroll through the Instagram, but like, did you see the first commercial that I put up?
I don't think I didn't see it. We can play it.
Oh yeah,
let's play it.
Get it. It's
just on your page, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll point you to it.
Got you. Yeah, play it. This is awesome. Yeah, shout out Roadcaster, man. We need a sponsor, man.
I'm playing fucking games and buy this fucking shit, you heard? This shit vegan, gluten free, is high in protein. Put it in your smoothie, put it on fucking toast. I don't give a fuck, just buy it. Danny's nut butter. I don't give a fuck, just buy it. Stop playing fucking games and buy this fucking shit. Yo,
that's hilarious. I can probably figure out how to put that in the corner of the
high
screen,
in protein,
right?
Put it in your smoothie, put it on fucking toast. I don't give a fuck, just buy it. Like when I first started this, I was like, damn, I kind of want to make a rip off of like those like corny ass Target commercials. You know, they always got like ukuleles playing in the background and shit. But you know, I was like, I just wanted to keep that general vibe, but like make it OD funny.
It reminded me of like a medicine commercial. You know what I mean? Like, or like the music, I should say, the music, like you know. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, I like the product. I like the authenticity behind the product. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted you to come on, dude, because I appreciate it. And it's like I also appreciate like how going back to how you said that you enjoy doing this because it's your product. You can run it the way you want to. Yeah, I think that's like super important. That's kind of like with this podcast too is like just the ability to like get your message out there with like, you know, and be able to control it on your own. Whether or not I make money from this or not, it's just like a means of expressing myself.
Word.
And that's cool that you found that in food.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. Like, the funny thing about quarantine, like, as fucked up as it's been, like, I feel like it really gave us the agency to sort of just like take the time, give us time to reflect and actually like invest in ourselves. Like, for so long, a lot of us, and especially in New York City, like, we got these survival jobs and we're working at restaurants and we're putting so much time into that. We're like, you know, it's real easy to get lost in the mix. Like, you get lost in the grind and like you end up just like working and like honestly like just like partying and like drinking and like that shit got so exhausting. And, like,
just like
it's like it becomes a really detrimental cycle. And like I definitely got caught up in that. And like although like, you know, I did lose all my work and a lot of like amazing establishments ended up closing, but like one thing that I was able to attain was just like more confidence in myself and more independence. And like now I'm out here just like pushing my own shit.
Yeah, it forced your hand. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, man, it's an interesting time, man. I'm curious to when things are gonna kind of go back to normal. I'm interested to see what the city's gonna be like.
Yeah,
you know,
man, it's gonna be weird.
That's what I'm saying. I'm excited, and I'm also curious. I'm more curious than anything, just because it's just like the city's been. Again, we're not saying the city's dead or anything, but it's just been compressed, right?
Yeah, definitely so.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. Like, say summer rolls around and everybody's kind of able to move around again. I think it's going to be a big boost. You know what I mean? And I think that'll work its way into all things, including your product. You know what I mean? And when people are really able to be back to work and things are kind of moving and things are back to, you know, I think that'll be a big help. I'm hoping.
Man, I'm like trying to
for all of us.
I'm like definitely trying to be optimistic about this shit, but it's hard, man. Like it's real challenging. Like I unfortunately like I lost my grandma on Christmas.
I'm sorry.
Like that was a big shame. Like I had lost another cousin due to Corona as well, and it's just like, you know, like it didn't feel like a real thing until like it hit close to home, and I feel like that's just what happened with everyone, you know. Like you don't really feel the repercussions until like this.
Actually,
until like it happens to like someone that you know. But like it's hard to, I guess, you know, like it's hard to take this shit seriously, and like I feel like generally speaking, like yo, I don't trust nobody here. Like we're not that responsible. Like we're really not. Like there's still people like out here in the mix. Like there's still people like getting OD mixy, partying and shit. And I'm really hoping that it slows down, but I don't know. The rates is going up.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting time, man. I have a couple of people close to me that are getting vaccinated soon. Yeah. My sister's like she's not a police officer, but she's like in the category of like the police officers and stuff like that. So I think that's coming up. But yeah,
I got access to the vaccination too since I'm teaching.
Oh, true. Word. Have you got your first skeptical
shot? I haven't gotten it yet. I'm like trying to make appointments to get it. I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, because I know somebody that does acupuncture that got it, and I was like, oh, word. Like even somebody in like that like general field can get it like quick. So I assume teachers, you're around kids. You know.
Yeah. I was like right off the bat, they're like, yo, like whenever you want to take it, just let us know.
Yeah.
Make an appointment, but the appointments are OD backed up. It's a big ass line to get that shit. It's a fucking huge hassle. I like
everything in the city is a hassle.
Yeah, true. Like, I mean, I had to like make an appointment like it was like a 3-week wait.
Yeah, I'd go to Connecticut to get it. Can you get it in another state?
Man, I don't know. Like I think it has to do with like the jurisdiction that you're in, especially since like I'm teaching in New York City. I think I have to get it in New York City. Otherwise, I'd be fucking out.
Yeah, I'd go somewhere else and get it.
Yeah, exactly. Take that shit in like 3 minutes. Like But yeah, nah, long ass wait for that shit right now.
Yeah. So how is before we get out of here and stuff? What's the plan though? Like, what's the plan with taking the next steps for the nut butter product, and then also how are you handling that with teaching and like being able to like, because at some point, whether it's now or 2 weeks or a year from now, at some point I feel like the decision always comes like, what do we continue, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? And how do you find balance in that? Like,
all right, so especially with teaching, like
do you feel like if the chance came, like you feel like you could make the jump and you were like, I'm just doing this now, I'm making my own product, everything
I mean, if I could do the nut butter stuff full time, like honestly, like that's an ideal situation. I actually have a homegirl that I met through my girlfriend. She's like honestly like the business OG. Like she's been running her own business for a minute. Like she like gives me advice on everything that everything when it comes to like my business, and like she was like talking to me about like, yo, like if this is something that you want to do full time, like go for it. Like you can turn this into a way to like uplift other people as well. Like you could do like some form of like mentorship program with this.
Yeah.
Like do some form of like sponsorship or some shit. And like that's where I'm trying to head to. Like I'm happy that like things are going well for my business and I'm making bread, but I also want to like be able to uplift my community, uplift my people, and like help other people out, because that's also the goal as well. Like it's not just about me. Like I want to make sure that, like if I'm eating, everybody else got to be eating too.
Yeah.
So
there was one thing I wanted to say. Shit, I just like blanked out. I hate when that happens, dude.
I feel you.
You know, I hate when that happens. It was about the product. Oh, okay. No, okay. There we go. Here we go. Do you feel like this is what I wanted to end on this? Yeah. When it comes to making that jump, do you feel, what is it? I want to know what it'll take for you. How does it feel for you personally to be able to gain the confidence to where you're like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make this decision. I'm just going to leap. Right. Like, what do you think you need to get to that point? Or do you feel like you're ready to do that? Or do you feel like,
I don't know. I feel like there isn't going to be like a singular moment where I make that decision. Cause like it's,
yeah, I don't know if you want it.
Yeah, I'm down to have some more shit.
We'll finish it, you know?
Definitely got me a little tipsy. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's why I was like, I forgot my last one. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it goes. This blueberry wine got me, son.
Amethyst Sunset, you know what I mean?
Shouts out to them.
Shout out to Lake George, man. I got family up there.
Hook a boy up with a sponsorship.
Yeah, at Adirondack.
But shit, what was the question?
No, like making the leap, man. Like, what do you feel like you need in order to like fully commit? What is something that you feel like you need in your life to like make you realize like, okay, this is like I'm taking the leap. Yeah. I'm going for it.
I guess like consistency. I've been blessed enough to like be put in touch with a non-for-profit that helps out small businesses in the New York area. Okay. They're called I'm getting this right. Start small, think big. Something like that. But they've been really helpful. Like they put me in touch with like pro bono lawyers. And like they're helping me out with my marketing and shit. Cool. And like for real, like if like I didn't really know much about like the back end of business, and these people like really held it down and like kind of showed me the ropes. But like also besides them, it's like the amount of support that I've been getting from just all my homies in general. Like whether it's like someone that I'm close, like people that I'm close with, or it's just like, you know, like people that just I know from like around the ways. Like, yo, everyone's being mad supportive during these times. Like shit's been rough for everyone, and it's nice to see that like the sense of community has been getting a lot stronger as of late.
Yeah, I mean, and New York has always been like that too, right? Like I feel like New York always sticks together.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we all feel like shit was definitely crumbling down for a bit, but
yeah, I think we're getting back though. I think we're climbing back a little bit, man. So. I feel like the vibe is like picking up, and it's only gonna get better when the warm weather comes back. You know what I mean? Like I think everybody's kind of like locked in and hibernating, man. Yeah, putting on that winter weight.
Just looking up. It really is.
Well, shit, man. Yo, I appreciate you for coming in, bro.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
This was super chill.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Time. Thanks for the wine, too.
Yeah, of course, bro. Cheers. Cheers to that. Oh, actually, hold on. Before you get out of here, we're going to call this guy one more time. Let's see if we can get him on the line.
You better pick up.
Yeah, let's get this guy. He's probably hanging out with Ray. Hanging out.
Oh, such a beautiful couple.
Let's see if we can get this guy on the phone. Oh, he hung up? Oh, we're going to call him again. He knows it's urgent. Oh, man. All right. We tried, Dane.
Where?
We tried to call you, man.
I'll give him a call and yell at him later.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. All right, bro. Yo, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, for real, man. Thanks for having me. It was great.
Again.
It's a beautiful time.
Beautiful time, man. And we'll definitely talk about that nut butter product again, for sure.
Sounds good. Hit me with that Addy.
Yes, sir. I got you. For sure.
Real quick.